Hi, I'm Joe with Gramophone. You know, we've got lots and lots of customers who love great music and have great audio in their homes. But sometimes when you're outdoors, barbecuing, just having a little relaxation, you want that great music to follow you. Today we're here with Tim Painter. Tim, how you doing?
Joe, I'm good. How are you?
Good. You represent Coastal Source, so let's talk a little bit
Absolutely.
about, maybe I guess we'll start with that vehicle.
Well, we have a few demo vehicles here. At Coastal, we like to show off the product as opposed to talk about it. So we figured out with demo vehicles, we can do that very well. We bring the show to you as opposed to the other way around. So we started the idea with the Coastal Source demo vans, and they were very popular. Coastal's founder and some of their key employees came up with incredible ways to pack these vans with everything that Coastal Source does. So from outdoor audio to outdoor lighting, landscape lighting in all flavors, we can bring the van right to a spot and within a few minutes have everything active and you're listening to it. So very, very popular. With that popularity, we figured out that, you know what? These things are getting scheduled out. We can't get the vans to all the places that we need to get them. So how can we solve that problem? And the idea came up of using a regular pickup truck and turning it into a Coastal demo vehicle. So,
and Tim, you were getting ready to get yourself a new vehicle anyway, right?
It's absolutely, it serves two purposes, right? So I don't want to drive the big van every day. It doesn't fit into, drive through. If I want to get lunch, I can't get there.
Yeah.
So here comes the truck. I wanted to get a new vehicle. Why not make it even more valuable? So what we did is we took, regular truck, regular slide out deck bed, and that you can pretty much get anywhere, and then added Coastal to it. So we just built a platform that held a wide variety of speakers, from our two-way bollards to our three-way bollards to our nice slim on-wall Razor speakers, the cube subwoofers hiding back on the other side with our Pathfinder Pathway speakers, even all the way down to the contours, and a cubby for all of our cabling. And then in addition to that, along the sides, we can fit our lighting cases. So we're showing off a lot in a small package.
Tim, let's just talk briefly about this cable, because it's almost impossible to cut that cable. And one of the things that Coastal found, I know, is that a lot of times when people were dissatisfied with outdoor lighting or sound, it was because they were running into troubles with the cable, right?
So true. So in any outdoor electrical system, and that can be lighting, that can be audio, that can be anything that involves wiring and connections outside, the number one problem is the connection. So that's where Coastal really attacked that from the beginning with all their products, was with the Coastal cable. So the Coastal cable is a toolless connection. It is keyed, so you really can't do it wrong. You find the key, you slide it in, and then it's a thumb tight. So when I say toolless, the only tool is your hands. And now that is a completely watertight IP68 connection. So it can live underground and live outside forever and totally be secure.
And that's one of the things that we love about the Coastal systems is, if you want to talk about durability, and especially, of course, outdoors, where in environments like ours, so you guys call on Pennsylvania, District of Columbia, Maryland, where our stores are, we're going to get a harsh winter where you're going to get snow.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get broiling temperatures in the summertime. And Coastal, for us, just seems like it lasts and lasts and lasts, which is great.
Well, that's good to hear, because that's what we want it to do.
Yeah.
And there's so much thought, way too much to go into, but even down to the ellipse slope on what we call the ellipse bollard, done for a reason. Water, snow, ice, it's going to run off that angle.
Yeah.
And it even has a weep hole if something does get through into the speaker area. But it's also for audio quality. Not only does that angle give you the nice fact of getting the weather off, but it also aligns the speakers in a way and gives us the surface area to get larger speakers than we normally would. So it's a twofold scenario.
Right. It's easy for us in an install to put the bollards, kind of like we have out here. We've got some nice lush greenery out here where you can put a bollard in there, and because of the way this is angled, it's going to give you both really good bass, because there's plenty of room for that, but now you've got the mid and high frequencies going toward you in a way that both audibly is good, but also when you look, the cosmetic of how it's kind of concealed in the bushes and so forth is really
well
good.
And the cosmetics, a great thing to mention is that you might look at this and go, well, that's way too big, I don't want to put that in my yard. The other thing about this, it's made to go in the ground.
That's
so
right.
So we can bury the speaker right up just below the weep hole, about an inch below the weep hole. Now this tall speaker just became very small, and when you get that in the landscape, it disappears.
And when these are buried in the ground, the bass actually gets even a little bit better than it was in these great demos that you guys have been doing all evening, because now you've really got a solid, solid grounding, literally, for
The earth is
end.
a pretty good enclosure.
The earth is a great enclosure. And these Razor speakers are just astounding. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this and how you get such amazing bass out of
Absolutely.
such a slim product?
So the Razor was many, many years in the making. For many years, Coastal stuck with the bollard technology. Works great. They go into the landscape. They bury in. Problem is, if you have a hardscape, you've got a swimming pool with tons of hardscape, you've got a back deck, these don't necessarily fit as well into that scenario. So this is where that natural speaker that goes on your house or mounted to your column on your pergola, in come the Razor. So with Coastal, it wasn't good enough to just do a regular box speaker. We wanted a high performance that could perform like the bollard speakers, but in a much slimmer package. So you'll notice the Razor's only 4 inches deep, very slim. You'll also notice that it's 45-degree angles on every back edge of the speaker, so it can easily tuck into eaves of your house. It can go into corners of your house and fit in beautifully and really disappear again. So it's the same performance in a different aesthetic for a different place at your house. Right. Is really what it is.
And because Tim's got the truck, we can set up with our customers a visit where instead of imagining how nice this is going to sound in your backyard, you can actually come along with the truck and we'll do a demo for you at your home so you can hear how impressive it is.
And nothing beats hearing it in your own space.
That's right.
It's the best demo is the demo at your house, and that's what we love to do. And you guys certainly keep me busy.
Love it. So now we're going to go talk to Adam a little bit about the other side of the Coastal picture, which is the lighting. We talked a little bit about sound a moment ago. This is one of the wonderful subwoofers from Coastal that makes incredible bass. We heard it here tonight. Let's talk to Adam about lighting. Adam, how are you?
Hey, Joe, what's going on?
It's great to see you again, my man.
You too.
All
too.
Right, good. So I love talking about lighting because a beautiful home just simply looks better when it's lit properly. And in addition, to me, it's going to be much safer because what bad guy wants to break into a place that's all lit up?
True. Very true. Very true.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you got going on here.
Oh, certainly. So these are our lighting demo cases that we can bring out, as well as doing the audio demo at somebody's house. And on display here, we have our Classic series, our Niche series, and our brand new Evo series. So the Classic series is something we've had for a very long time. Lots of power, solid brass construction from top to bottom, and of course, with our cabling system on it, virtually indestructible in the ground, going to last a lifetime. And it's a great fixture. It is a little big though, okay? So about 10 years ago, we came out with our Niche products here. And Niche has done a fantastic job of lighting smaller fixtures, ornamental trees, smaller statues, seat walls around a fire pit. Does a phenomenal job. And one of the advancements that we made in the Niche series was developing an LED module. Over here with the Classic series, when you have a drop-in style lamp, there's a lot of seals and connection points that you need to make sure that are going to be weatherized so they can stand the elements all year round without a problem. And ours are absolutely very good. So the Niche series now has an LED module in it, which takes all of those critical components that I just talked about and puts them into one single piece, which is more reliable and more durable for you. So that's been a fantastic upgrade to the Classic line. The only maybe downside that you can think about it is because it's smaller, it has a limited output. So that's why we created Evo.
Okay.
Evo takes all of the power that we had in the Classic series to light some of those bigger things around the house, but puts it into a smaller package. And also it's more beautiful to look at. So a great landscape lighting design is a design where you only see what's being illuminated and not the fixture. Let me show you something here. So this is our Classic MR16 bullet uplight. Does a phenomenal job. But sometimes you're going to see this in the landscape. You can't hide it too well. Well, look at Evo's bullet uplight. Half the size, more powerful, so I can hide this easier amongst the landscape. So, and in case you do have to see it, I don't know about you, I'd rather look at this than look at this. So Evo is fantastic.
Yeah. Adam, I love the way you pointed out that in a great lighting design, you're aware of the results of the lighting, not the fixtures themselves so much.
Mm-hmm.
But the simple fact is that with Coastal, we've got so many different varieties of lights. You guys are really covering a wide range so that almost no matter what the landscape presents us, we can do a lighting plan that really makes sense for the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to wrap up with?
Well, some kind of cool features that we came out with Evo that are special. First of all, this is one of our newer lights called our bollard light. So now instead of using a traditional path light, you can have this beautiful decorative design amongst your landscape and something pretty to look at that will also provide some downlight for you on that path. The other thing that we've come up to with our traditional path light is now this path hat is adjustable.
Okay.
So I can lower it or
nice.
raise it to get 6 feet or up to 25 feet of light. So I can more fine tune that landscape lighting design more so than I ever have before.
So just by tuning this, you can go from 6 foot to 25.
That's it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And yes, I love this. This cosmetically is going to go into almost any landscape plan.
Mm-hmm.
No problems whatsoever.
Yeah, and with its modular design, this can also be a hanging light, like a pendant light from, in a sunroom or above a pergola and hang down with this beautiful decorative design. There are 3 total, not just this one that you see here.
Love it. We love the opportunity to talk to you about what your outdoor needs are. Not everybody necessarily needs a full-blown lighting plan or a full-blown audio system because different homes are of different sizes and so forth. But whatever your needs are, we know we can cover them because on the top end, we've got Coastal, which is, a brand we love to lead with because it lasts so long and the performance is so good. But whatever your needs are, just reach out to us, ask@gramophone.com, and we'll make sure that we get back to you and talk to you a little bit about what you think your needs are. We'd love to bring one of the Coastal trucks out to your home. So if you live anywhere around the general Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, please get a hold of us. We have stores in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, which is right down by Washington, D.C. For more information, go to gramophone.com. You'll find out plenty about Coastal Source and all of our fine brands. We thank you for watching this video. We really appreciate it. If you don't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe. Click that little bell icon so you're always notified of our upcoming content. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thanks again, and thank you, Adam.
You're welcome. Enjoy the outdoors every day.
Will do. Love it.
All right, take care.